What's up, guys? Golden Knight here. Have you ever caught yourself looking at other artists' work and thinking, why does mine never seem to have its own identity? You feel like your art still isn't truly yours. That feeling of being lost, copying a bit of everything yet not seeing yourself in any of it, can be really discouraging. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple and straightforward map with 6 essential points that will speed up this process of identification and completely change the way you see your own art. By the way, I have to say, I've been taking the art school for digital artists by Mark Brunette, and honestly, I've never learned so much in such a short time. It's a super complete course, like a condensed art school, focused only on what really matters. Perspective, anatomy, composition, all explained really well. If you want to level up fast, this is the way. Check the first link in the description. Totally worth it. Stop searching for style as if it were a destination. Most artists already start off on the wrong foot. One day they wake up and think, I need to find my style. Then they spend hours scrolling through Instagram, Pinterest, ArtStation, saving references upon references, as if at some point an image would jump off the screen and say, that's it, this is your style. But that never happens. And it doesn't happen because style isn't a place you arrive at. It's something that forms while you're on the move. When you treat style like a destination, you create constant anxiety. Every drawing becomes an identity test. If it looks different from the last one, you feel frustrated. If it looks like someone famous, you feel guilty. If it looks like nothing, you feel empty. This pressure makes you draw with hesitation, afraid of making mistakes, as if every line had to prove something. What almost no one realizes is that style is a consequence, not a goal. It comes from repetition, small decisions, mistakes you insist on making and correcting. It's like your handwriting. You didn't consciously choose every curve of your letters. It appeared after years of writing your way. This first point is liberating because it takes a huge weight off your shoulders. You don't need to discover anything right now. You just need to keep walking in the right direction. And for that, there's one simple question every artist needs to answer, but almost no one does. That's exactly what we'll explore in the next point. Understand what you repeat without realizing it. Even when you think you have no style at all, the truth is you're already repeating things. The problem is you've never taken the time to really observe it. Every artist, even beginners, has visual habits, certain types of faces, certain angles, themes, emotions that always come back. But because it's not conscious, you ignore it. Think about your drawing history, not your last drawing, but your last 20 or 30. There's always something that repeats. Sometimes it's how you draw eyes. Sometimes it's a melancholic mood. Sometimes it's exaggerated hands, hair, or poses. These repetitions aren't flaws. They're clues. It's your mind trying to say, this matters to me. When you start observing your repetitions with curiosity instead of judgment, you begin to understand what visually attracts you. This point is about embracing who you already are on paper, instead of trying to be who you think you should be. But repeating for the sake of repeating also has its limits. If you don't know what to filter, you can end up stuck in the same place for years. Choose what you'll exaggerate on purpose. Once you start noticing what you repeat unintentionally, an important decision comes up that separates those who evolve quickly from those who go in circles. You need to consciously choose what to exaggerate. Style doesn't come from perfect balance. It comes from intentional imbalance. Every artist you admire exaggerates something. Some exaggerate proportions. Others exaggerate color. Others exaggerate simplicity, and so on. To exaggerate is to take a stance. It's looking at what you already do naturally and pushing it a little past your comfort zone. If you like loose lines, let them be even looser. If you like simple forms, simplify even more. Exaggeration reveals intention. And intention is something the human eye instantly picks up on. A lot of people are afraid to exaggerate because they think it'll ruin the drawing. But style is born exactly from that risk. A drawing that's imperfect but full of personality is better than a flawless one that says nothing. When you exaggerate, you create an emotional signature, even if your technique is still in progress. This point also brings up something important. Exaggerating requires repetition. You need to test the same exaggeration multiple times to understand where it works and where it breaks. And it's in this process that another common trap appears, one that makes many artists give up too soon. Push through the phase where everything seems to get worse. There's a specific moment in every artist's journey where the feeling is clear, my art is getting worse. And this is exactly where many stop. The problem is, it's not regression. It's transition. It's the clash between what you can already see and what you can't yet execute. When you begin to exaggerate intentionally, to experiment more consciously, your internal measuring stick rises. Your eye becomes more critical. You start noticing mistakes you didn't even see before. But your hand hasn't caught up to this new vision yet. That difference creates frustration. And your mind interprets it as failure. The mistake is thinking that this phase means you're not cut out for this, or that you chose the wrong path. In fact, it's a sign you're moving forward. Artists who never go through this phase are usually stuck repeating safe formulas, never challenging themselves. They feel comfortable, but stagnant. Here, the most important thing is not to change direction every time something seems to go wrong. Many artists jump from style to style because they can't stand this discomfort. They never stay on a path long enough to get through this critical phase. And without going through it, there is no growth. If you understand that this apparent decline is part of the process, you gain emotional resilience. You keep drawing even when the result disappoints you. And that puts you in a much smaller group of artists, those who don't give up when their ego is tested. But persistence isn't just about enduring. It's about adjusting. Learn to filter without erasing yourself. After going through the phase where everything seems to get worse, a new, quieter danger appears. You start improving, seeing possible paths, but don't know what to keep and what to let go of. That's when many artists make a crucial mistake. They try to fix everything at once, and end up erasing what made them interesting in the first place. Filtering isn't about neutralizing. Filtering is choosing. It's looking at a drawing and asking, is this a technical error or a personal trait? A technical error disrupts clarity, breaks the intention. A personal trait might be strange, imperfect, but it communicates something unique. The problem is, in the beginning, these two things get mixed up. A lot of people receive criticism and interpret everything as a flaw. Your line is weird, this isn't realistic. And in the effort to please, the artist overpolishes. Slowly, the art becomes correct, but loses its identity. It blends into the crowd. You need to learn to fix what blocks the idea from working, but preserve what makes the idea yours. That takes time, repetition, and a certain courage to not please everyone. Style is never unanimous. It always bothers someone. And that's a good sign. Accept that your style will never be finished. I need to break a long-held illusion. Your style will never be finished. It will never reach a fixed, final, unchanging state. And you'll only find peace once you accept that. Artists who find their style quickly are the ones who stop waiting for a sense of arrival. They understand that style is a living organism. It grows, changes, matures, sometimes contradicts itself, and that's okay. When you accept that style is a continuous process, you stop demanding a perfect identity from yourself. You allow yourself to explore without guilt, refine without fear, abandon things that no longer make sense without feeling like you're losing yourself. In truth, you're getting closer to who you are now, not who you were months ago. This understanding changes your relationship with time. You stop comparing yourself to artists who are in a different life stage, with different experiences, on a different road. You begin to measure progress more honestly, not by isolated results, but by the consistency of your journey, by the clarity of your choices, by the courage to keep going. If this video helped you in any way, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next ones. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. Don't forget to take a look at the description. There are several important links there that can help you even more. See you in the next video.